Okay, here we are for round 3. We have to mulligan this hand. And we have to mulligan this hand for lands. So that's unfortunate. This hand could totally get there. Yes. I'm on the draw, that's perfect. So obviously depends what our opponent does, but I'm gonna shock myself and then cast Inquisition first. Maybe I'll push a Hierarch or something. Whoa. Well, I think I have to push that, and then next turn Inquisition. It's the 3-drops that are really scary here. Well, countering instant or sorcery spells, so they can't counter Bitter Blossom. Maybe I don't care that much, because I can just I'd rather maybe just kill the Lords, which is a bigger deal. Like a 1/3 is really bad for the Bitter Blossom. Although they can sack this to protect the Lords. Although now, yeah, they can counter the Inquisition. Let's... Maybe I just play the Shambling Vent then, and then next turn I can do 2 1-drops or Bitter Blossom. Like, the Wanderer is annoying against, Lingering Souls, kind of, and against Spectral Procession. But it doesn't hit Bitter Blossom, Liliana, Sorin, that kind of stuff. Okay, so now... I don't think there's any way they can make this 2 power. So if I shock myself, maybe I just cast a Bitter Blossom though. No, I gotta see what they're doing. I miss out on 1 token this way, and I don't think that's a big deal. I think that's worth it. Spell Queller, Reflector Mage, don't care about much. So I have removal for the Captain, but they can sack the Mausoleum Wanderer and counter it. Spell Queller is annoying because they'll try to leave it up next turn. And that'll maybe hit the Bitter Blossom. But maybe... Yeah. So next turn they cast Captain. They cast Captain. If I take Spell Queller, they cast Captain. I guess I could try to hit it with Path. They'll sack the Mausoleum Wanderer, and then I have a Fatal Push that I can't use yet. So that's not good either. Alright, I'm gonna take the Captain. I'll just play around the Spell Queller best I can. And we'll see if I can draw land. Obviously, if I draw a fetch land or something like that, then it's no problem, because I could have just hit the Captain with the Fatal Push, but... So now the question becomes, if I want to hit the Wanderer with a Fatal Push, see if I can bait out the Spell Queller. I probably do. I mean, clearly, because I did it already. And then, yeah, okay, they didn't take it. Yeah, this is a good draw. I'm not gonna play Bitter Blossom into Spell Queller, but I'll let them Spell Queller this. Then I will Path the Spell Queller. Maybe on their draw step. It's only bad if they draw another Spell Queller. Otherwise, I am... So in Cast Inquisition, I take Reflector Mage, but then I've kind of blown my whole hand. I mean, obviously I have Bitter Blossom and later Sorin. But I'd like to see if I can hit something else. I just don't know that I can afford to have... I don't think I can afford to have this Path to Exile countered, though. So Sorin's kind of tough because I don't really want to draw more lands. Like, what I want is a Intangible Virtue and more removal spells. I mean, I don't get to... I guess it's a win-win, right? Like, I don't get to choose, obviously, but Bitter Blossom plus Sorin is pretty good. And if I completely take their clock off, then Sorin should be able to live long enough to do well for me. Okay. Well, hopefully I didn't draw another Spell Queller, because I'm doing this. I'm not gonna... Yeah. It's like they probably drew nothing, would be my guess. Otherwise they would have played something. Unless they had drawn exactly Spell Queller or Collected Company. And I don't even know that I care to cast the Thoughtseize, really. If I'm operating under the assumption that they played a land, or sorry, they drew a land last turn. And then this past turn they drew the Wanderer. So if it was Spell Queller, they would have hit the Bitter Blossom. If it was Company, they would have cast that a while ago. I think we're okay. And obviously now they drew the Hierarch, so an untapped land would be great. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get, I guess, a swamp. Great. So now, if they get rid of my blocking token, Sorin stays alive. If they play a Lord, I can decide to take the hit. Could have made a 2/2, but I think I just want to start getting in there, and just gaining some life back would be nice. And then maybe, like, if they don't play anything this turn, I'll Thoughtseize or something like that, or maybe I'll attack with Vent plus Fairies. Alright, well that tells me something. Alright, so I can still cast Thoughtseize and activate Vent. Sure. Would love to use Path to Exile's ability. Thank you. Okay, sweet. So that was good. Yeah, they just had lands, I guess. I would have attacked with activated Vent plus Sorin. Just get in there. Yeah, I think we were good. We were good. So sideboard, we already have our main deck Zealous. Callers can be good. Damnation, Settle, and that's it. I don't think anything's bad. Bitter Blossom's good. Removal's good. Discard's good to take their flash threats. Virtue's very good. Maybe Liliana's a little... Somebody on the draw. She's pretty slow. Spectral's great. Planeswalkers are pretty good. I need to be able to protect them. Chaplain's probably worse without Liliana. I think Brutality's good enough just because they obviously it can take a Company or a Path or something, and honestly it's just a removal spell. which is good. Hits Drogskull Captain and whatnot. So maybe Damnation's not great with the 2/1 gives their creatures indestructible. Maybe Basilisk Collar is just better that way. Do I want to trim any of my discard spells? They are kind of bad that way. Like later draws. I think we can cut this. And maybe cut a Thoughtseize or Inquisition. Like Thoughtseize hits company, but 2 damage is relevant. I guess Brutality hits company. Maybe we'll do like this, and like maybe Damnation's just not good. Not great against spirits. Always good to get 1 game off of them to start off with, though. I think the matchup's pretty even. I don't know, maybe favored in their side. When it got popular again a couple months ago, I felt like I was losing to it a lot. But I think I just wasn't, I didn't quite have the matchup down. I wasn't respecting Spell Quellers quite enough, and I think when it repopularized was obviously when the new 1/3 Lord came out, the 2-drop one. So that obviously changed things to how the deck was a year ago. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. This is definitely a matchup where obviously like the Collar and the like Zealous Persecutions come in nicely. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Hand's really good. Again, like I need to draw some lands, but I've got a lot of interaction until I draw lands for my 4-drops. Vial, okay. Let's try this, see what we're looking at here. Okay, did they mulligan, obviously? Mulligan to 6, part on the bottom, okay. So I'm definitely taking Wanderer. They've got Vial and too many lands already. I can decide if I care to kill the Hierarch at some point, but I would guess not. I'd rather just take some hits from that if we have to, and then see where that leads us. Okay, well we have all our lands, that's for sure. Again, I don't think I'm going to fire off this push on the Hierarch. Does give him access to Collected Company next turn, but so be it. Whoa. I don't know why it didn't give me an option to hit that. I think I will kill this. I'm going to want to kill it at some point. It only does a better job of countering things later. It's really, really good against my Settle the Wreckage. Alright, so again, okay, so we don't know their hand anymore. It's probably not much because they have 4 mana and they didn't cast anything. Lingering Souls? Courtyard again, okay, well. At least they're all untapped, I guess. Although Shambling Vent would have been really nice there if it was going to be any land. So we'll see if they vial something in right now. Kind of looks like they might. And basically just need to dodge Spell Queller on Gideon. Which they obviously didn't have that turn, otherwise they would have played an untapped Hallowed Fountain. Yikes. So probably a Queller now. We'll see. Maybe they'll play something post-combat. Flooded Strand, okay. It's turn 4. Like, they could just have another land in their hand. I'm going to run it out because they would have had one hit. And I can just path the Spell Queller later. Okay. Well, we're getting kind of lucky here. Their opponent seems to be flooding out a bit. Or a lot of bit, I guess, given they've got 6 mana sources in play. And the only action I've seen is 2 1/1 flyers. Definitely still drawing lands, okay. Well, I guess let's try this. Do I want to make a token or just start getting in there? I mean, they're going to block with Hierarch. I don't think they'd have any sweepers, so I might just... Let's just get in there. And I'll make a token with Sorin. Clearly should have thought about all this before I played Sorin pre-combat, but that's okay. And I have a path up to protect Sorin if they manage to deal with the vampire and also pump their Hierarch, I guess. I don't know. Basically, if we've got 2 active planeswalkers against not a combo deck, so I think we're doing okay. Sure. I guess maybe they could have drawn a path, and if I just do this, I'm going to have enough pressure. Again, I've got path up for if there's a collected company. Obviously, it's tough if it's like 2 Drogskull captains, but I guess if it is, it's 2 3/3s, so it's not the worst. Okay, Reflector Mage is good. Yep. Little 2-for-1, kind of, not really. Alright, I'm going to play this tapped. And then we'll see. I mean, if they deal with my knight and then they attack Sorin, they can kill Sorin, but I would path that. I guess I could, like, maybe it's worth hitting Settle, and that way I can use Path to Exile on offense. Yeah, they really did. Yeah, we did get pretty lucky here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lands, Hierarch. And a Vial. It's pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Oh yeah, I can't block, huh? I'm just gonna tag it. Like, maybe Settle is better, obviously, then I can path a blocker or a Lord or something like that, but well then, can get in there for 6, make them use the Hierarch, yeah. Probably should have played the Lingering Souls first, but that's alright. Yep. I guess I should do that in case they have like exactly collected company into something ridiculous, but it would take something very strange to have lost this game once I had Gideon and Soren plussing and untapping with it. All right. There it is. Well, I mean, a win's a win. I'll take it. Not the most exciting matches, but well, game one wasn't too bad, but game two was kind of a bummer from our opponent. All right, we'll be back for round number 4.